Guys, welcome back. So previous two video I have given you the idea of how we can write a code where we can insert the node at the beginning and insert the node at the end. Now let's see that how we can try to understand through the code, and we'll see that how this can be achieved through the code. So if you remember what I said this linked list class basically has only one constructor called linked list, okay, and it has no argument. So in beginning, your head is always going to be a null, right? So let's focus on this method. This method I have already explained. Please do not watch this video. Before that, you make sure that you would have watched my previous two videos. Okay. Otherwise, you will get a confusion. So now see that insert at beginning, how we should call this method and how we should work on the method. So what we can do, I'll just scroll down. There is a lot of method here. I'll just scroll down and let me remove everything. Okay, let me not keep anything here. So this is the class, right? Linked list is a class. So to call this method I need to create the object of the class, right? So you can see that I have created the object of the class, and then I have to do here, let me show you, linked list dot, let's say, insert at begin. Okay, so insert and begin method, guys, it will take object of list node, right? So what is the list node? I have already explained you. It needs the list node is the class where it holds the informations of your node data and the reference to the next node, right? So we will see that how this can be done. So what we have to do that is we have to create the object of the list node, right? So there are two ways we can do that. Directly we can create here object list node, and we can use a data called 5. Okay, and let's run this program, see that what will happen. So run the program. Okay, right. So nothing will happen because I'm not printing anything. Now I'll go and I will print this object linked list. So guys, if you look at here in this class has one variable called head, okay, which is of type list node, okay, because head is the one which will tell us what is the starting point of the linked list. Now, since list node is the object, so I cannot go and straight away print the object. You will, when you will print, you will get a reference to be printed. So here I am overriding the custom toString. So you know that you can override a toString and you can write the logic what data you need to print. So I have just written a custom logic like print data and print uh, the particular data where it is pointing to. So I'm printing the next pointer. So this is my custom string which I'm printing, that so that when I will explain you, you can understand, right? Similarly, linked list is also this linked list is also a class. So here also I'm overriding the toString, but here I'm not printing much things. I'm just, this is the default implementations of toString. You can just uh, let's say if you don't have this in your class, you can just go select this, right click, go to the sources, and then you do generate, right? So generate toString. So when you click on that, length I don't need, I just need for the head. So click on generate. So automatic, you can see that one toString method will get overridden here. Bring it at the bottom. Okay, so what will happen when I will call the when I will print this object, by default object dot toString will get called. So when object dot toString will get called, so on this object when the toString will get called, this one will get executed, and this internally has one more object, right? Because when I'm doing that insert at begin, I'm inserting, basically I'm adding one object. So even on this object, by default your toString will get invoked, right? This toString will get invoked, right? That way you can see the data, what is the data storage. So let's see here, linked list head, right? Head data is equal to 5, which means head is pointing to a node which has data is equal to 5 and next is pointing to null. Clear? Because there is only one object, right? So let me explain you what I'm trying to say. That I'll make it very clear. So guys, you can see that I have inserted very first element, right? So when I have inserted very first element, you can see that you have 5. So this next is pointing to null and head is pointing here. This is the meaning of this. Okay, this is the meaning of this. You can see that head data is 5, next is pointing to null. Why this is getting printed? Because that is, because I am writing like this. Okay, it's not like something which is done by the Eclipse. I am overriding it and I'm writing that. Now go and insert one more, right? So if I'll go insert one more at the begin, and this is going to be, I'll take the same one which I have used. So 3, right? So now 3 will come at the beginning. Now you can see that here, see again, now head is pointing to 3, which I have already explained you in my previous video, like how it works. And and this next basically pointing to 5, right? And 5 next is still pointing to null, which means if I have to explain here, when I have added 3 here, let's say I have added 3, right? So when I have added 3 new node, right? So 3 I have added in beginning, it will be pointing to null. Then based on the logic in the code, which we'll go and see, and which I have already explained in the very details in this before this video, right? So the whatever previous node you will have in your memory, it will do set next dot head, right? And head is equal to node. So what will happen? The previous one is equal to this. So this dot next is going to be this, and this head will it will get cancelled from here and head will point here, right? So if you'll draw this, this is going to be a 3, 3 will point to 5, and this guy will point to null. You can see that, and head will be here. So that's how insert and begin works, guys, right? That's how insert and begin works. So now you can insert a number of things and you can do a practice, right? There's another way where I have given one example. You can create a separate node also. It's up to you. You can create a separate node, and like this is common core Java concept. And let's say you can in this you can write like this, right? So it's up to you. Now 50 is going to be your first node, and then it will be 3, and then it will be a 5. See, head is pointing to 50, 50 next is pointing to 3, 3 next is pointing to 5, right? This is I'm printing that. Now let's see that if you really want to understand how it works at the runtime, put a debug point here, right click, debug as Java application. So debug will come and it will wait here, right? So we will see that how it works. Yeah, it is waiting here. Now just mouse over. When you do a mouse over, this toString method I am overriding it. Okay, because since I am overriding it, data is coming like this. Now what you do not override toString. Okay, if you literally want to see that how it works in the memory, and not memory exactly, terminate. So you just want to see that how it will be, how the linking will happen, right? Which we can see that. Okay, debug as Java applications. Now I have commented all to a string which I was overriding. Now see, it will be like this. Okay, let me just make it big and let me explain you. So see, this is the head. Okay, head data is equal to 50, and head next, you can see that it is pointing to 3, right? And 3 next is pointing to 5, you can see that, and 5 next is pointing to null. Is it clear now? You can see that how insert and begin works. Whatever you'll insert at the last, it is going to be a first. That's how the logic is, and that's how even I have explained the video which I did previous to this, right? Previous to this, right? So I have given all the logic there. I have explained the code also. Now here I am showing you how you can run this program, right? Similarly, when you do insert at end, right? Forget about this now. Insert at beginning, you forget about that. You need to do insert at end. So same method, what you do, you just call this. Guys, here I am not explaining the concept. because which I have already covered. I'm just explaining you the execution part. So just do like this: insert at end, insert at end, insert at end. In this case, guys, what happens is it will be reverse, right? Reverse in the sense of it will follow the sequence. Now, since I have commented the two string, I will run in the debug and I will show you here. You know, your if you look at here, the 5 is going to be your first, right? 5 next is going to be the 5 next is going to be 3, and 3 next is going to be a 50. So this is like, you know, you are adding at the end. When you are adding at the end, automatically, you know, it will get added at the end because the way we have written the logic, right? Let's uncomment that. This one also I will uncomment that, and let's run this, right? So you can see that 5, 3 and 50 because you are adding at the end, right? So this is like, you know, it looks like sequential way. Now the one more method we are left with, insert at the middle, which I will cover in the different video. Now guys, I have explained everything. I have explained the concept, I have explained the code, I will share the code, right? But you do one thing, whatever video I have explained before this, just watch the video, try to write both the code, list node, okay, and then use this linked list class. You write both and then try to, you know, understand the logic, okay? Just if you'll watch the video, I don't think so you'll be able to answer in the interview. You'll be able to write the code in the interview. You need to do practice, okay? You need to also understand what is the importance of this variable, why this head is required. Let's say if this was not there, right, then how you would have handled, okay? And what is the benefit of head node, okay? If there is no head node, how do you identify the list? This all that, you know, we need to see that, okay? Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.